Hello there and welcome to another one of these Lexical Lab 1 Minute English videos. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our website www.lexicallab.com to find out more about the online courses we have to offer. Last weekend I was presenting at a conference in Hungary, the annual IETFL conference there. And one of the best things about it for me was I got to spend a little bit of time with an old friend of mine called Claudia. We actually go way back because our dads were friends for a long time. Claudia's dad came to London in 1956 and met my dad shortly thereafter, and they remained friends until my dad died in 2017. Claudia's dad is still just about hanging on. And when I asked how he was doing, she said to me, well, it's hard to know how to answer that question, to be honest, because one day he'll look like he's at death's door, and the next day he'll be back in the land of the living and seems to be okay. If you say that someone is in the land of the living, you basically mean they're still alive. So you might say, for example, I heard from an old friend of mine the other week. I hadn't heard from him for almost 40 years. It's lovely to know that he's still in the land of the living. Or maybe if you've been ill, maybe you've been laid up in bed with COVID and you've now tested negative and you managed to make it back into work. People ask how you're doing. You might say, after being laid up all of last week, I'm glad to be back in the land of the living. We also use this expression to talk about being awake. So maybe if you had a particularly late night, somebody might say, she was out till about 3:30 last night. So I don't imagine she'll be back in the land of the living until after lunchtime. Sometimes with my son, who likes to have a long lie-in at the weekend, he misses breakfast and he usually comes down for lunch at about 12 o'clock, looking a bit weary and confused. And I usually gently mock him by saying, I'm glad you managed to finally drag yourself out of the pit and join us in the land of the living. If you've enjoyed this video, please do click the like button. Please share it on social media with your friends, with your students, with your colleagues, and in the comment section below. We'd love to see examples of how you might use in the land of the living.